Hi guys, welcome to the Challenge Podcast, the show dedicated to transforming your life. I'm Coach Steve.
And I'm Coach Helen, and we're excited to bring you the best information on exercise, nutrition, mindset and health. Let's get on with the show.
What's up guys, Coach Steve here and welcome back to the Challenge Podcast. In this episode, I'm joined by Lachlan Robertson, and Lockie is one of our top 10 Max's finalists from the September Challenge. And Lockie's from New South Wales. He works as a contractor shearing sheep, and he comes from a very small rural town. He plays lots of footy and he ended up becoming unmotivated when the footy season wasn't really on, and he found himself that he put on a little bit of weight. And I'll try not to give too much away. He ended up doing an amazing job. So if you find yourself from a rural town, or that you may have come from a fit background and you slowly put on a little bit of weight, this episode is just for you. So sit back and relax and let's get an interview with Lachlan Robertson. What's up guys, Coach Steve here and welcome back to the Challenge Podcast. Today I'm joined by one of Max's top 10 finalists from the September Challenge, Lachlan Robertson. Lockie, welcome to the podcast.
G'day, how you going?
Man, I'm so excited to chat with you here. But tell me, you've just been announced as one of our top 10 finalists. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling awesome. It's good to have the hard work recognised.
Yeah,
it's good.
Well, mate, your transformation is absolutely amazing, and I think it's something you should be very proud of. Would you like to start by giving us a little bit of an introduction of yourself? Tell us where you're from, what you do for work, and, who is Lockie Robertson?
Yeah, right. So I run my own business as a shearing contractor, so I'm sort of doing very physical work all the time. So it was sometimes hard to get the motivation to go to the gym after a hard day's work, especially in the end of the challenge when it was getting a bit warmer.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm from a small town, western New South Wales, called Lake Jelligo. But I also do a bit of casual work over in the Wagga area, so it was good to get over that way and go to a bigger gym.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm from in Lake Jelligo is quite a small gym. There's 3 or 4 people there. It's busy, so.
So you said you work as a contractor and you're a sole trader, a business owner. I can imagine that's put a lot of physical and emotional stress on yourself. You've got a lot of things on your plate. Did that affect you while you're doing the challenge?
Yeah, trying to keep up with the book work and then just sort of the physically demanding side of shearing and trying to go to the gym and get through a session. Sort of don't have much energy, but the pre-workout and that helped with that. Sort of kept me motivated and got me feeling good to go to the gym.
Yeah. Well, Lockie, do you want to tell us why you decided to start this Max's September Challenge?
Yeah, righto. So I'm right into my footy and that, and I sort of got a bit slack with training during the 2019 season and put on about 7 or 8 kilos and just wasn't feeling real good about myself and the way I looked and my fitness levels. So I thought I'd give this a go because I knew a guy from Lake Jelligo who come third in the September Challenge last year, and he sort of referred me to it and said it's worth giving a crack. So that's sort of how I got onto it.
Mm-hmm. So you're quite competitive in a local footy league and you kind of lost a little bit of motivation. Maybe you didn't have a big goal or something to train for, so you put on a little bit of weight and that's why you started the challenge.
Yeah, pretty much. And just sort of wasn't feeling great about myself and the way I looked putting on the 8 or 9 kilos.
Yeah.
Sort of what it used to be.
Yeah. I mean, it ends up being a little bit of like a negative cycle, like we lose a little bit of motivation and then we put on a little bit of weight and then we don't feel very happy with ourselves and we end up putting on a little bit more weight. It's kind of like this negative cycle, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I used to be pretty fit.
Yeah.
But then sort of just got a bit slack with it and thought I needed to just sort of try and make a change. So that's why I give the challenge a go.
Do you recall like a singular moment where you told yourself, all right, Lockie, it's time to do something about this? Like, do you recall like a single moment where you're like, yep, maybe you looked at yourself in the mirror or you tried to run and play a game of footy that you thought, oh, my fitness is not very good, I should do something?
When the challenge was starting, sort of we were in the grand final for footy and we ended up winning it, and it was just an awesome sort of few days, and I was just thinking to myself over that time, oh, it'd be good to be coming into the start of next year feeling good and fit and ready to go and try and have a bigger impact on the year sort of next year. So that's what I was thinking at the time.
Yep. So you kind of had that moment at the grand final that you thought, yeah, I could be better, I can be fitter, I can play harder. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. And just sort of the glory we had, it was just sort of a bit of a motivation to try and get better and go better again for next year, to try and do it again.
Yeah. Now, you may have alluded to it a little bit earlier, but what has been probably the biggest challenge for you over the past 12 weeks completing the Max's Challenge?
Or some days just getting the motivation to actually go to the gym after a hard day's sort of shearing sheep, because that's a pretty physical sort of job.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sort of some of the harder things. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like after probably the first 4 weeks, then I could see a little bit of difference in my week 4 photo. So it got me a lot more motivated to keep going at it and try and improve even more.
So what did you do to really like push yourself and motivate yourself? Was it a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of discipline and told yourself to go, or did you have any other strategies to motivate yourself?
Yeah, it was kind of just seeing the changes, and sort of it was motivating me wanting to go to the gym, and then started doing a few extras and that, just because I was sort of, the challenge was enjoyable. The workouts were pretty enjoyable. And in the end, it made me sort of keen to go to the gym just to have that time to myself and work out. And yeah.
I think what you just said, like having that sanctuary of yourself, like having some time for yourself to like disconnect and just focus on your body and in the moment, is a big reason why many people continue to go to the gym. And it's great to see that you've picked that up yourself. In terms of learning things about yourself, have you learned anything about your body or your mindset over the past 12 weeks that have been really significant?
I learned that if you stick to it, you can definitely see the changes. And I think with the challenge, how you did the 4 weekly photos or whatever, that sort of kept me really motivated, seeing you can actually make changes to your body. I thought it was rather pretty quickly if you stick to the programs.
Yeah. We get some very dramatic changes very quickly. It's no more than 4 weeks and you start seeing changes in your body.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it was good.
Yeah, now that the challenge is over and, footy season's still like another 6 months away or so from this recording, what's your goal now? Like, where are you going to take your fitness and your health journey?
I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing now, leading up to the January challenge. And then I did the Fit and Tone challenge, I think it was called, for September. And now I'm going to try and do the bulk one and try and put on a couple kilos of good lean muscle.
You did the lean and rip challenge, and then now you're going to try the size and strength program?
Yeah, that's the plan, because I dropped about 9 kilos, and I think off of footy it'd be good to get back up to about 85 kilos maybe.
Yeah.
And just feel strong good about it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm doing what I've been doing until start of the January one, and then do that.
Mate, you'll be an absolute unit on the footy field.
Yeah, hopefully. Probably add a bit more cardio into it now as well, leading into January.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, Lockie, mate, you've completed the challenge. You've got a very successful transformation. If someone's listening to this and they're currently doing the challenge or are thinking about doing the challenge, what advice would you give somebody who's listening to this and, wants to better themselves with the challenge?
I just think you should definitely do it. Try and set yourself a goal, whether it's to lose a few kilos or lean up or whatever. Just do it and just stick to it for at least the 4 weeks. And once you start seeing the changes, it'll motivate you a lot more to keep going with it.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like you have a little bit of a training and fitness background. Is there any training advice that you'd give to someone, or maybe how you can learn to do the exercises or how you can find ways to train harder? Do you have any advice for other people around, training hard?
I think if you're going to do the gym programs, definitely have a little booklet handy and write down your weights and things so you can get to the gym and just know what you're about to do and know the weights to put on and things like that. That helped me a lot, just knowing where I'm at. And with a few exercises that come in the programs that I wasn't sure of, I just sort of Googled and watched a few different videos and sort of taught myself like that.
Yeah, I love it. And because you were in that small gym environment, you couldn't really go hire a PT or anything. You had to kind of learn yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. At the gym at Lake Angelico, there's no PT or anything, so I sort of had to work it out myself. So I've watched a few different videos, and if they're all the same, sort of roll with that for the one exercise sort of thing.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head when you said, tracking your training. And that's probably my big tip that I suggest to lots of people is to track your data, because what's measured is managed, and it can be on paper, it can be using an app. There's a really popular app called Strong, which is used by a lot of our challengers. And, even things like spreadsheets, like an Excel spreadsheet, goes a long way, because then you can start seeing trends and you don't lose track of your progress. You can see what weight you're doing, what set, what rep you did last time, then you can get better and stronger. And would you say that was your big secret, keeping on track?
Yeah, definitely seeing sort of the improvement in the weights. Like when I started the challenge, I was doing a dumbbell chest press at 12 kilos, and by the end I was doing 25. It was just good to see the changes sort of thing.
That sounds so good. Congratulations, you've gotten so much stronger.
Yeah, it was definitely good just to see, because I probably would have forgotten if I didn't write it down where I started.
Yeah.
So that was good to track it.
Mate, let's wrap it up there. Thank you so much for being part of our podcast, and thank you so much for being part of the challenge. We're looking forward to see you come January, and you've given us lots of tips and tricks for how you've made this successful transformation. And looking at your photos, mate, it's something you should be very, very proud of. So thank you so much, and you've done such an amazing job, Lockie.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks very much for that.
Thanks for listening, guys. If you like the show, share it with a friend or leave us a review on iTunes to help us spread the good word.
See you next time.